Morning, folks. Been a few days just waiting on the body. Been there a couple times at the paint shop to see what's going on. He's moving along. He was actually ready for to put color down, and as everything these days, the paint's actually back ordered. And we didn't think that was going to be a problem, and then it's a problem. So it finally showed up yesterday. So I think they're working on it this weekend, and I really haven't had to do much on my end. I've been just kind of waiting. Let me just turn it around. I did do one or two things, nothing really to write home about, but we'll put it up on the video because we're gonna do some other stuff today. But stand by. So I went ahead and added breathers on top of the valve covers, both sides. Canon, the red, so it matches that. It's good. And I went ahead and and I broke my own rule. I normally use like the split lock, but I went and used these stage 8s, and of course, yep, they were fun to do. All the way around the motor. Good time. Yeah, other than that, I haven't really done much on the truck. Kind of look around. I cleaned up a little bit. Nothing. I mean, so much so I've even unplugged it, for right now. Oh, and I didn't really want the tan, so I went ahead and stained or dyed the black straps for the tailgate, and they're just hanging out right now. So yeah, so that's basically it. Just been kind of hanging out. So what are we going to work on today? Well, I can't stand the GT350 motor without an X-pipe, and the factory 5 setup is a non-connected, separated exhaust, like on the Cobra, and it actually sounds really good. I really like the mufflers on the kit. I had it on my other 427 Windsor setup, and it sounded really mean. But the GT350 motor with the flat plane really needs an X-pipe. So what are we going to do? So what we're going to do today is we're going to move the truck from here, and we're going to put it on the lift. And you guess, with a week left, we're going to rip the exhaust system out and then put a custom X-pipe. And I waited till the last minute to do it. I was on the fence. I mean, nobody's going to hear it run at the show, really. But I want to hear what it sounds like with a proper exhaust system. So went ahead and next day aired an exhaust custom setup so we can build it underneath the truck. We're going to have to move a few things underneath the truck. Probably rearrange the mufflers to get that X-pipe. The nice thing about the new floor is there's plenty of room under the truck to do that with. Unlike before, where you had to like fish the exhaust through all the all the bracing and stuff that was under the floor. I'm going to use pieces from. I'll have to cut the ends off some of the pieces on the factory 5 stainless. I also bought stainless piping as well, and I'll use the ends on that along with the custom tubing, and we'll figure something out. But the goal is to connect both banks through an X-pipe, maybe to a muffler. We'll see. I'm going to run it with and without a muffler, see which one sounds better, and then we'll put some turn downs on it and call it done. That stuff should be here at some time this afternoon. I've got one more piece to change out on the truck that started leaking water. I'll show that to you here in a second. And then Sunday should be just clean everything up, and then to the paint shop on either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and we're going to start. He should be done. I think the nose will be done this weekend. So if that happens, I'll run over there and go pick that up, put that on Sunday. But I got to do some other stuff on Sunday, so I'm not going to work on the truck. But Yeah, let me show you what happened on the water side. I forgot to talk about that. So I developed a leak right here, and it's coming out of this O-ring. But when I pulled this all apart, I noticed that this piece, and it's a Ford piece, and it's probably been on there a little while. I noticed it had pitting in it already, so maybe it's just from sitting with water or whatever in it. But anyway, I picked one of these up, and I basically going to change the whole assembly. This is a Ford part, an upgrade for the Ford. This is cast instead of plastic, so it should last longer. I've got another set of O-rings. This is actually a Four Seasons thermostat housing. I bought that one because the Ford one was back ordered. But I got notification that it should be here today. So I'm holding off and waiting on that piece. And I'll go ahead and change that as well. So hopefully that will fix everything that we have going on with the truck and it won't leak to the ground. And it'll actually sound good. So stand by and we'll get to the rest of the video. See ya. All right, folks, so just prepping right now. We're underneath the truck and kind of going to show you where we're going to get after them. Just now getting this set up. So I'm thinking maybe an hour or so we'll see the pipes, but I wanted to kind of show you what we're going to be up against. So, and I'm looking for the first time myself. So let's see what this looks like. So basically that's the setup. It looks pretty good under here, actually. I'm pretty happy with the way it installed. So the headers, you know, obviously come out right here. So I'm thinking we're gonna put the X pipe, you know, probably right in this area. Or I'll have to come back over and take a, you know, maybe take a different look at this routing. Maybe we can put the X pipe right in here and then work our way back. So, you know, having to go back and redo things, it's never fun, but there's time, barely. And we'll see if we can't make it happen. So, I mean, that's kind of the genesis behind what we're going to do. So I'll have to sit here and think about it for a minute, and once I get all the pieces in, it should make sense. So anyway, stay tuned. All right, folks, well, we're prepped. You can see I'm sitting, I'm waiting for next day air FedEx for the X pipe. So let's take a look. I've prepped the truck much as I can, you know, just waiting on the part. So let's see. So we've got all the pieces laying. We pulled out. Went ahead, pulled the parking brake cables out of the way, mainly because, you know, with the, see if I can do this, mainly with the old system, exhaust system, the exhaust pipes were coming in this area. So I had all the electrical sitting on the inside of the tunnel. Thankfully, I've got just enough length in the system that I'll be able to move the cable to the outside of the parking brake handle, and I'll clean this up, obviously, and get it looking like it's supposed to after I get the, you know, the exhaust pipe in there and mounted, at least mocked up, and then I'll go back and clean the wires and make sure that they're all secure where they need to be secured so it looks right. So ahead of the truck getting here, I sacrificed the factory pipes, the ends, and I'm gonna basically build off from this curve. And I'm guessing, we'll see. I think it will fit, you know, basically the pipe will come in this way. The X pipe will probably sit right in this area, and then we'll have to figure out, you know, how to get the X pipe to go out this way. I think the muffler will either be on this side, likely it's going to be out here, or it's just going to be a straight pipe. So, you know, just got to kind of visualize it, build it, and kind of let the exhaust tell you where everything needs to go, and trying not to force it, because I've got just enough parts to do the job, I think. So I may use some of the pipe from the Factory 5 kit. I ordered a bunch of vibrant pipe, polished and stuff, so it should look pretty good. I'll probably end up just painting it all black to make it go away. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how all the welds look and how presentable it is. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to get it all polished up just like the other stuff, so you're not going to see it anyway. It's underneath the truck. And the most important part is that it needs to sound good. So the wait continues. Talk to you soon. Well, quick update. I think this is going to work. Still got to see about the muffler piece of it, but let's take a look real quick. Get a quick update. I'm laying on the floor, obviously, so hold on.
Rouse the men, you're taking them home.
So let me get these guys out of the way. So that's going pretty quick. Again, it's not polished, so it'll get painted or coated, and then I'm just playing around with the stock transition pipe that's that would have been coming off of the muffler. So the muffler goes right about there, or in the stock location. Trying to see if I can either still make that work, or maybe put the muffler, like I said, over in this area. So more work to follow. Just a quick update. See you in a second. Hey folks, so about 2.5 hours in from getting the pipes, and they're all in. I didn't get them coated. I just put the barbecue paint on it for now. I think that's what is going to get done. You're not going to be able to see it anyway. And be honest with you, stand by. I've had it on this guy, you know, on my car, and I use that daily, and it holds up fine. So that's all good. So let me show you what I did, and I'll go ahead and fire it up. I'm going to lower it down. I haven't heard it yet down on the ground. I'm listening to it like right as it's coming out of the exhaust, and you're not getting any of the reverberation, but it sounds a lot better. Sounds a lot more like a what do you want to call it? A motorcycle, tuned motorcycle, I guess, like really high pitch. When you run on it, it's less EcoBoost-ish, which is how it was before, like 2 4-cylinders. Now it just sounds like one big motor that is a high RPM motor, very Ferrari-ish, if you will. I think the chambered mufflers probably are hurting some of the exhaust note. I think what would be really cool in there is probably just a good perforated muffler. I think that would sound pretty neat. But we're gonna go with these for right now, and let me turn this around so you can see what we're doing. So there's the exhaust hanger right here. I got a little bit of shavings there from putting it in, but I'm dumping. So you can see I put the. Let me see. You see it better this way. Put the muffler, but from underneath the truck is now going to be underneath the bed. So that should do a couple things. It should quiet down the cab, and it should help with the heat. So the heat will be out here, and now the suspension's at full droop, so we'll have to see how this works out. But I'm hoping there's plenty of extra right there. We'll see. I can definitely move some stuff around once it comes down. But the exhaust is dumping out in front of the rear axle, so that looks good. Get down under here, and then so there's the pipe. You can't really see it, which is the whole idea, but it looks pretty good. And then we transition to the stock piece. We just moved it back here. So yeah, it looks good getting up there. Again, we'll have to see how this all works out. But yeah, it looks good. X-pipe went in there good, and it's I got plenty of room. And what I ended up doing was on the wire harness and everything, I just put it on top of the transmission mount, so it's not going to get hot or anything. It's protected. You can and I tucked it up in there, so it's completely clear. And then the header. So that's about it. Let me I'm going to get it down somewhat on the ground. Yeah, I'll probably just put it all the way down on the ground at this point, and then we'll fire it up and walk around and play with it a little bit. Should sound good. See you in a second. Okay, down on the ground, and it looks like all the what do you call it, the emergency brake cables, parking brake cables, they're clear, so I won't have to mess with anything with that. So let me turn this around real quick. So the one I was worried about was actually this one right here, and it's plenty free. So, and the other one is as well. I don't even think that one's touching. It might be touching. Let's see. Nope, not touching. That's good. So, yep. So let's start it up, and let's see if we can't make this thing go vroom. So stand by, bear with me.